Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Brian. This is my final play. I'm here with former professional football player Pat Carey. Pat, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
All right, so we're going to get right into it as far as the sport of football. To what level did you compete at?
So I played at Lafayette College, which is a 1AA school, and transferred to Bloomsburg University, which is Division II. And then I went through some pro days with some different teams. And I had an agent, actually, and he said, well, you can have a 2-year contract in Munich, Germany with the European Football League. So I really took advantage of that. And I played 3 years in Munich, Germany.
Okay, awesome. So, I mean, on that team, what was that experience like as far as the identity that came with being a professional football player?
Yeah, I mean, my identity was quarterback for the Munich Cowboys.
Right.
And everything that you did, you always had to have that in the back of your mind. When someone came up to you on the street and asked you what you did, you said, I play quarterback for the Munich football team.
Right, so you were a football player.
Yeah.
So explain to us here, what was your final play in football and what did that look like? Yeah,
so my final play, it was a home game in the championship. And we had a great fan base too. We had with soccer, they have hooligans. So we had hooligans banging on drums and everything like that. And the final play was, we were in shotgun with two receivers on either side. And it was basically like the inside receivers ran a cross route and the two other receivers just ran fade routes. And judging the coverage pre-snap, there was only one safety in the middle of the field. So I knew that we could probably get the outside pass.
Yeah.
And so I completed a touchdown down the left sideline for about a 38-yard touchdown pass.
Unreal. So what was the fan base like in that sense? I mean, did they go crazy?
They went crazy because that was basically it was in the third quarter and we were up probably 14 points at that point, and that was just kind of the icing on the cake, and we knew we had the championship won, and it was just a great feeling and a good closure too to my football career.
Right. So what was the final record then of the season?
We finished 14-0.
Awesome.
And won the championship.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as, once that game was over and the emotion took over of, I'm no longer a football player, that was my final play. How quickly did those emotions hit you as far as leaving an impact to you?
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very emotional because, it just was a great closure to football, but you knew you were almost like, what am I going to do next?
Right.
And I didn't really know what I was going to do at that point. I tried to start some different businesses on the side a year before that to try to have some type of transition. But yeah, you're kind of stuck in limbo. You're like, okay, football, has been my identity for the last 28 years.
Yeah.
Now real life begins, and where do you go from here? But luckily enough, I was able to use the people that I met through sports to do what I'm doing now.
Right.
And working for a health and fitness company startup.
Right. Awesome. So, I mean, as far as what you do now, how has what's shaped you through football and through sports, how does that play into what it is that you're doing currently?
Yeah. So what I'm doing currently is I'm working for a startup health and fitness company where we basically sell a fitness product online and to commercial gyms.
Okay.
But one of the things that I really learned playing sports and football in particular is just the values. It's teamwork, it's faith and persistence. Teamwork, for example, we have a team of about 4 people, and every day, we have to trust that the other person's doing their role in the company, just like my receiver is going to run the right route.
Right.
And you have to trust that he's going to run the right route, and you have to trust that your business partner is going to do his task of the day.
Right. So, I mean, as far as football, I mean, in that experience, that's definitely awesome for the input that you shared, and I definitely appreciate it. So, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Pat, thanks for joining me. If you guys like the content, please like and subscribe below. And remember, whatever it is that you do today, take it with the mindset of, is this my final play? Thanks a lot.